This is the all-new Community Connection. I'm your host, Jade Harr, keeping you connected to our community. Cedric, the entertainer, is back home for a very special engagement with his friends, and one of those friends being powerhouse Patti Labelle, coming together once again for a very important cause, raising funds for the Women's Pavilion at SSM St. Mary's Health Center in honor of his mother, Rosetta Boyce Kyles. Good day to you, sir.
Hey, good morning.
It is indeed. Well, welcome home. So excited to hang out with you again and your fabulous friends.
Yeah, this is a exciting time of year. It's always good. Fall is kicking in, and about to do some good work.
Absolutely, and continued good work for you, especially with this Women's Pavilion.
Yes, yeah, that was this is a project that started a couple of years ago. The idea of partnering with St. Mary's, SSM St. Mary's, to do this Women's Pavilion and also have it bear my mom's name. So it's been an honor to be able to work on it and raise some money and bring some recognition to the work that they want to do there and provide for the ladies of St. Louis.
This is going to be a good bit different than it was for you last year.
Yeah. My mom passed this summer, and that was a tough one. She had been fighting cancer for quite a while.
Yes, but
the services that was provided there, the medical attention that was provided there at St. Mary's was amazing, and I think, led her to have, the opportunity even to be there last year and to experience it and see us, my sister and myself, put in the work. And, she was a dynamic woman who lived a great life. Of course, it was that's a hard loss, but, we just continue to put up the good fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're the guy that makes everybody else smile. What do you do, and who do you turn to help lift you up and bring joy when you have hard times?
I have a real great set of friends. My manager and partner, Eric Rohn, who's, he's St. Louis's own, and we've been partners for business partners and friends since college, back in SEMO days, and he makes me laugh. And so my sister, my wife, my kids, I'm really surrounded and feel really blessed to have really great people around me that support me and keep me filled up, keep me on the positive track. And so I'm just really thankful for that, and so I just try to find joy in those things, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what would you encourage someone else who has experienced a great loss like you did this year?
I think that for the most part, I know, unfortunately with life comes death. We all going to have that date on our tombstones at some point in time when the ride is over. And so I think that, I try to take into the spirit that for, you try to do good work, you try to be a good citizen, you try to provide great things, and I think that my mother was just an amazing person. She, as a single parent, was able to produce, both my sister and myself, people who are, contributors to the community in a positive way, and went on to do some great things from, walking the streets of St. Louis to being, a part of this world in a big way. And so I find pride in that. I find joy in that. And I think that though she was ill, I think that her spirit and her spirituality and her relationship with God was one that we all relaxed in and just felt like it was time for her to move on to another space. And so we were able to accept it in that light. And I think that that's what I would encourage people to try to, to come to terms with, the realities of death, and see if you can have a comfort place with your loved ones. Yeah. Find a place of comfort where y'all can, realize that you've talked, you loved, you cried, y'all, and hey, this is where it is, and we're going to be all right. I'll see you again.
What a way to honor her with this Women's Pavilion as well. I'm real proud of you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Because it's bigger than, like her name being on the building, which is, of course, a great honor. But I think that my mother was really philanthropic, and she taught us that. And the idea that so many people are underprivileged, don't have the medical services, don't have the knowledge to even ask the questions about certain things that's going on with their bodies. And so much is going on with, women's health these days, from the fibroids and all these things are just coming, really developing, and, this resurgence of breast cancer. And, we just want to be able to, hopefully have a facility where some questions can get answered, where some treatments can be done, and people who really need it most have a place to go and know they have a place to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're doing that in grand style with this event this year, and we had a ball last year. Now, you had a host of your friends make presentations, and it was really cool to see. You had everybody from all over the place, but a powerhouse with Jill Scott, and this year, Patti Labelle. Is it by design to have these powerful sisters come and sing?
Yeah, I really like the idea of that. We were, the first couple of years we wanted to have, people that I was huge fans of course, that I knew that my mom would like, and,
Lionel
that we
Richie
felt that.
and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. That
was nice.
It was awesome. So, yeah. And so we wanted to create that energy and that atmosphere around this event, making sure that people knew it was going to be a fun night, it was going to be an entertaining night, it was going to be a special night. And so we really had a great time last year, and then to get Patti Labelle this year is going to be awesome. And we're looking forward to her, singing. She's going to be singing. You can't even call that singing.
Right. And she does it big, okay? So what are you most looking forward to this evening?
This is going to be an evening of, again, we want to make sure that we bring the city out. They have, that they have a good time, of course, but we want to, show you some of the work that's about to, partake, at the facility. We're going to introduce some of the people who've taken advantage of the work that they're doing already over there. And then I'm going to do my little, my performance. You're going to get your giggle on. Yeah. I got one of my young guns, what I call him, one of their favorite comedians is out there, Jeremiah Williamson's funny guy. And then, of course, ready for Patti Labelle to tear it down.
Yeah,
the right kind of lover. She's going to do the right kind of love. One of them going to get you up.
Right. Right. Are you going to have some cameo appearances again?
We got a couple of surprises this year. Again, I ain't going to reveal them, but,
Well, what is the draw that people absolutely do not want to miss this?
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. This is your hometown boy coming home. Yeah, you get a chance to see me live, of course. And again, this is a night, put on your nice clothes. I call this the October Mother's Day. So, everybody come on, take your wife out, take your mom out, put on your fly clothes, come on out, let's have a good time and laugh, party. This is what it's all about.
Sure. Well, speaking of hometown, you've been busy. You've been out getting some work done. Oh, my goodness. Your plate is full.
Really blessed. So many cool opportunities have been going on. And so I'm out on this great tour, with George Lopez and D.L. Hewley and Charlie Moore for the Comedy Get Down. We were actually supposed to come last week, but it was so close to our event, we decided to move it. And so we'll come back in the spring sometime with that tour. But, Barbershop 3 is in the can. We're prepping Johnson Family Vacation 2.
That's hot.
I'm about to do the 5th season of The Soul Man.
Yes, congratulations on that.
Yeah, really excited about that. Really fun. We've got so many cool projects out there, man. Couple of TV offers for the tour, that we're on this tour to do this kind of Real Hollywood Husbands kind of thing about us being on tour is funny. And so a lot of the big networks have offered us deals for that. And so I'm just, I'm excited about what's going on and the opportunity to continue to perform. Cedric's Barber Battle is going to be coming back on right in the next couple of weeks once CW, they don't have playoff baseball, so now they lost. So they'll be showing that again. And shout out to the Cardinals for the playoffs always.
Oh, right on. Now, how do you manage all of this? How do you keep it all in balance?
I think for me, I do enjoy making people laugh. I like to entertain. So, I usually work really hard a couple of days, either on the weekends with the tour, and then when I'm shooting, it's constant. Then I'm on the show during the week, but I come home. I like to take the wife out. We go to listen to some music. We'll go out and dance at least once, a couple of times a month, just hang, go out to dinner, with the kids. I come home, I do some homework every now and then with the kids, Clean homework, and got to the point where I just kind of look at it now, just like, yeah, man, what you think?
Right.
That's the way I help.
That's right.
So we know what you think you should do.
Exactly. But you do maintain date night, huh?
Yeah, it's really important, man. Yeah, that's important. She holds me down, man. I work really hard, and it takes me out of the house a lot, so I have to make sure that, she's my girlfriend, too.
And she will be, keep her your girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That's a big thing. People kind of forget that part.
Well, we all think that we're busy, so certainly if you could do it, we can definitely find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh. So I want to take advantage of this opportunity to see if you can send some encouragement. In our region, we've got young people who have hopes, have dreams, and maybe have had them all smashed and shattered because of the lack of hope and opportunity that seems to exist here. Can you talk a little bit about or give some encouragement for them to be able to come up from wherever they are here in St. Louis and be able to get to where they aspire and hope to be?
Yeah, definitely.
What does it really take?
Well, it definitely takes consistency. That's the thing about it. You can't really have that, I want to be, rich or famous overnight attitude and think that, one or two good splashes in the water means that, everything is getting ready to be smooth sailing from here on out. I think that tenacity, you got to have that drive, which is very, a part of St. Louis, is that drive to want to win. And so, it's been great examples of myself, Nelly, John Hamm, Kevin Kline, and so many St. Louis's, the Torrey brothers, Joe and Guy. Guys who, they come from the same circumstances and they fight hard and they scrap hard to be able to dig up out of there. And I think that it's important that, young people, even older people who have a dream and believe in it, that you can't, have the expectations that one or two good things is going to be enough. You got to continue to fight and do it sometimes for free, but recognize that, the spirit of your craft and your ability is out there to be seen and appreciated. So you just got to, small steps. You don't have to always come to L.A., start there. I started there. I always say that. I built a fan base right there in St. Louis, and then I would go out and, I'd go to New York for a couple of weeks, come back home, go to L.A. for a couple of weeks, come back home. But I didn't try to, just throw it all and, all on this Greyhound bus and then just go to L.A. and make it. I had a great fan base where I could, if all else failed, I could make a living right there in St. Louis doing what I did. And so I just try to encourage that. We've seen that many times throughout my career. I can think of Denise Times and Julius Williams and people who are performers and singers who still do it to this day, but they St. Louis homegrown, and that's why that's how they did it.
That's huge. So we know that you're busy and that you've got a gang of projects underway, and there's so much that has transpired and has happened. You could stand here and be satisfied with where you are. What do you ultimately want? Where is your greatest sense of inspiration and contributions at?
Well, I think, again, it is that inspiration of being someone who's tried to strive to do it all in a respectable, classic man kind of manner. I think that's my brand, that's my attitude towards it. I try to live in the positive. I try to do things where, it's not detrimental to others and at the same time, it's beneficial to my family and to others. I'm able to, spread that love. And so, I continue to write. I'm doing a lot of writing for other TV show ideas that I'm developing, movie ideas that we're developing. I directed, a small movie. I kind of getting that itch again where I want to direct something, but it takes so much time. That was the biggest thing of what I learned about directing is you do the post-production, you do the actual production, and then you have to do all the pre-production before you start the movie. So you end up being a part of something for a full year when I'm used to being an actor. When they say cut, I'm gone. Right. I'm like, all right, later. They like, no. Yeah, no.
How vital is writing for our young people? How vital is the writing piece?
Oh, definitely. I think that, be it you're, a singer, songwriter, or rapper, having your own voice, having something that is innately yours that comes from inside you is where the great messages and the great stories are. So if you have something that you really want to say, things that you really want to accomplish, take the time to write it down. So many wonderful things have happened from people's diaries and little notebooks that they kind of jot down ideas, and those things are usually the incubator for something great. You never know, what that will actually spark and be something great in the world and look up and, your little idea be Twitter one day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't even know.
Right. Well, how do you press through the block or the fog if you ever get it? Or do you ever get it anymore?
You're definitely going to run into, those moments where, but again, consistency is the key. Is to continue to drive through it, to continue to push through, to know that your greatest idea may not even is not your last idea. I always say that's one of the biggest things that happen is people feel like they put all their efforts and creativity into one basket because this is the one. Right. This is the thing. And if it doesn't work, and then they kind of give up and you consider it failure, but then if you recognize that life is long, you will think of other things. You will have other great ideas. So never really consider yourself a failure. Always consider yourself one step away from the win. And that's how you win. Like you can't never really go like, you got to think I've got thousands of jokes that I thought was hilarious that people go, that ain't funny, Sid. And you go like, I ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I didn't try it, if I didn't throw it out, I never would have wrote the great jokes. I never would have wrote the ones that made me famous, the ones that took me out of my situation if I would have given up on the ones that I just, I thought was amazing and people didn't get it. And that's what happens. And so, you just got to have that tough skin and really be able to push through.
How beautiful. And you are winning and helping us win. You are winning on purpose, Cedric. I'm so glad that you'll be here and that we'll get to spend some time with you and enjoy you and your friends at the Peabody Opera House on Saturday, celebrating women and the services offered by the SSM Health Center, St. Mary's Hospital, in honor of Cedric's mother, Rosetta Boyce Kyles. And it's going to be named in her honor, Rosetta Boyce Kyles Women's Pavilion. You really rock that. I'm so glad that you'll be here and that we'll get to share with you in this event.
No doubt. I appreciate you so much.
Well, how can we find you, keep up with you, keep celebrating with you, and support you, Sid? Where can we find you? Where do you want us to be?
Always. You can follow me on all this social media. I'm on Instagram at Ced Entertainer, or Ced the Entertainer on Instagram, on Twitter at Ced the Entertainer. So one has the and the other one doesn't. And also
something special about that distinction? Yes.
Exactly. You can go to IamCedric.com for all my stuff, and I Am Cedric Hot List on Facebook.
Yeah. Can I ask real quick how solidly you were with your brand? Specifically, I know this is where I want my brand to say, and this is where I'm going to rock with from here on.
I think it's got to be a combination of being my mother's child, and, just finding that unique product of your environment. I think, when I came up in St. Louis, I came up in the era where, it was a city that dressed like all the guys, wore clothes. They were, they had that swagger of a gentleman. This was way before like the whole kind of like blue jeans hip hop culture came in. And St. Louis was a town where, you went to River Rose and got the silk shirts and the knickknacks and you be at Lee Men's getting your clothes, and so I just remember being in junior high school seeing like guys, dress up once they were mature. You have style, you had class, and you kind of carried yourself like that. And that was the swagger of the city. And so I think that was just kind of my, the era that I grew up in and how I kind of followed it and wanted to represent it when I was out in the world, especially, representing something that I always felt like St. Louis was that apex because it was the middle of the country. We got a little bit of New York. We had a little Chicago. We had a little of the country folk, that made us good down-home people. And then, we was a city, so it was tough. It was classy. It was cool. It was all the things that you can share with the world. So when I came to California, I felt like, I'm the best, and I felt that way. So, and I think that, I just try to take that attitude into what I do and do it with blue-collar attitude, even though my job comes with a lot of fame and notoriety and kind of, shiny things on the peripheral on the outside of it, but because it's, I got that St. Louis attitude, I really consider myself a guy who get up and go to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think about being famous. I really go in and get the job done. That's what I'm about. And make sure people get their money worth.
Yeah. Well, not only an entertainer, but a true professional and businessman. And that speaks volumes of how you realize that what you do is a reflection of who you are and influences and impacts those around you and the young people. Just like you saw the fellas getting dressed and right. See, and realize that you embody that as well. So I admire that about you. Big hug over the phone.
It was great. I appreciate this. It's really been good to holler at you this morning.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. If you want to go ahead and send out the invitation, you can do so now.
Definitely. St. Louis, please, y'all come on out. Great night at the Peabody this Saturday night, October the 10th. You don't want to miss it. Cedric the Entertainer, your hometown boy and friends coming to the Peabody Opera House downtown. That's classy in and of itself, but you can wear your good church clothes. And in the wonderful, the magnificent Patti Labelle's performing, J.J. Whitman, myself, great cause. The Women's Pavilion at SSM St. Mary's. So be in the house, y'all. St. Louis represent. Stand up.
Right on, Seb. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks.
All right. I'll holler.
All right, that's it for this week. If you have questions or comments or have something you'd like to include in the community calendar, you can leave a message on our message box at 314-333-8369, 314-333-8369. And for more information about our show or any of our guests, you can visit us online and listen to the podcast at Spreaker.com. That's SPREAKER.com. And search Community Connection with Jade Harr. You all be blessed, do blessed, and take care.